Amanda, Adam, Amanda. Greetings
Hello.
and also.
Clearly, you're gonna be the best person ever because your name also starts with an A. That's the rule. I didn't make it.
Well, you know what? I like you already. This is gonna be a great time.
Oh yeah, we can double
Hey,
team on Kurt. This is easy.
Yeah, so every other fucking episode, basically. Yeah, sick. I love this streak.
Made for this show. Come on. Free.
So wait, so what does that mean about people with names that start with
names?
C? Just
Become a
asking.
They're just letter rankings. You start with A, then you go to B, then you go to C.
It's like the caste. It's
So,
like the caste
they're
system,
below.
but for letters.
You know what? I'll take it. I'm top 3.
Top three.
I mean,
You're
wrong.
passing grade.
I mean, that's the only letter I saw through high school, just about.
Very
So
solid 75 on your test.
Now the
Okay.
question is, what do people get like? You know, when their names start with like a fucking. You know what I mean? Like when they start with a,
talk about the third world countries where they're like,
yeah,
fucking-
yeah, it's like bro, they're on another level.
I mean, I feel like they're ascended above the alphabet because they're not
They're a
using
level
the
beyond.
alphabet. You know, it's yep.
The malaria thing goes scrut.
Malaria? What?
Yeah.
How do we get on topic
Where
of
did you
malaria?
You said third world country, so I was like, okay, malaria.
So the first thing that comes to mind is malaria?
Listen, I've been hanging around Josh for too long.
That's understandable. That's completely understandable.
It's gonna be the longest hour of my life.
Hey, all you guys and gals and whatever the fuck. How you doing?
That's one
Alright.
way to start it.
I don't know, man. I never do this. I did the outro last
What's
time.
up, you dumb bug?
What's up, gang?
Holy fuck. Yes, welcome back to Open Absurdity
This is
episode
clearly not
15.
scripted, just so you know.
What are you talking about? Hold on. Hold on. Where's... It's right here on page 55. Hey,
I
all
didn't
you
get a
guys and gals.
You should have gotten it in the mail. What are you talking about?
Yes, don't you have a P.O. box?
What mailbox?
I got mine right here. It's a bag.
Listen, I ran out of photocopy paper.
I just have Sharpie on a Walmart bag. But anyways, yes, welcome back to Open Absurdity, episode 15. Sorry for no fucking post last week. We need IRL stuff, you know. It's just that's
yeah.
neither here nor there. Anyway, today we are joined by the fucking goat, Amanda, aka Miss Annihilate on Instagram.
Hi.
Right, that's your Instagram handle, Miss Annihilate.
Yes.
Miss Dot Annihilate.
Annihilate.
Why the fuck do I gotta be a goat?
Greatest of all time? Come on.
Greatest.
What do you want to be a? Oh, my fault. The bird of all time, I guess. I don't know.
Bird?
Sure, why not? We'll go with that.
She has pet burb. Which, speaking of, I have a few questions for that peckered fucker.
That Peckard?
Listen, he won't answer anything. You already know how it is.
2 tweets for yes, 1 tweet for no.
I'm surprised he's quiet. Or she, he,
Bold of
she?
me to assume that
He, she,
only
me, we,
sweet
wumbo?
things- It's a he.
Yeah, he. I knew that. 100%. You know.
What kind of
Really?
bird?
It's a parakeet. Or by two rather.
Ah. Eat.
What is the handsome man's name?
Yes.
Captain Flip Flaps. I'm not joking.
I fucking love it. Captain Flip Flop.
That's an amazing
Which
name
is
for.
adorable considering its demonic nature. But
El
that's how they get
Capitan
you,
Chancleta.
Captain Flip Flops is coming to take over your world.
In theaters near you.
good.
All right.
I'd watch that. I wouldn't say what it's worth. I'd
Not
probably
yet,
watch
that-
it on like a fight, but it's cool.
What's in a pirate
That's
bag?
selling at least 500K copies on the first day of release.
Oh,
that
dude.
movie.
It's beating out fucking FNAF, Scott's Domain, or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the title will be.
FNAF Scott, the movie.
FNAF Scott's Spiral into Insanity.
That movie is good though.
I hope
Yeah.
so. I'd
All
be
things
fucking.
considered.
I mean, it's been hyped for
I
so
feel like
long.
we've done a little bit of a better job in making like good video game adaptations for movies. I think they haven't gotten the like the mojo of it yet, but I think we're getting there. They need to make more animated films when it comes to making video game adaptations so they can
Oh
have the
yeah.
best of freedom. I mean, look at the Super Mario movie. You know,
Yeah, that
that
was
was
fire.
really proof
Dude, yeah,
that
fucking.
video game movies can do well. It just has to be done in a certain art style.
They
Because
just
when you
have
make
to,
a live
yeah.
action, it's weird.
The,
It just
the
doesn't work. You don't have that much freedom, and you have to cut certain things from the movies because they
Yeah.
don't look like they should be in the games, and they don't have the same cartoony feel, or they just look really awkward.
That or they just don't go off of the source material that all the fans of the games love. You know what I mean? And that's like
Absolutely.
that sometimes kind of takes away from it. But I definitely agree that
100%.
it's opening the eyes. I feel like these movies and the success of the recent films, like both the Sonic movie and now, of course, with Mario, it's like holy shit. Now all the old guard of Hollywood's like holy fuck. Like there's actual fucking value here that we haven't been exploring.
it's a whole new fucking
Absolutely.
world that they haven't tapped
I
Yeah.
couldn't
into
believe
yet.
how much it sold. It outsold fucking Avatar. Which,
Yeah,
granted,
that's fucking
Avatar is
crazy.
not as popular as it was when it came out like 10, 15 years ago, but it's still relevant enough to not get contested by an animated film because that's like the forbidden fucking movie type that nobody believes can sell well as animated films. But there's
Yeah.
Spider-Verse and there's Super Mario.
Which, by the
Maybe
way,
impossible.
10 to 15 years for a fucking sequel is criminal. Like,
Yeah,
that's
James
insane.
Cameron. James Cameron, I don't know. That's like his brainchild, and it's kind of sad that it took this long. And like I know the titular excuse from a director is like, "Well, I wanted to make sure it looked right," and it's like, "But fucking, it's 15 years, man."
Were you trying to adjust the camera for that
Yeah,
long? What are we
you waiting for
doing?
new cameras to come out? Like, holy shit!
Another problem with Avatar, and I haven't seen the second one, so I could be
I haven't
entirely
either.
wrong, but I just feel like it's that type of movie that just kind of stays in its, respective like release year. Like what was cool during that year may not be what's cool now. It was like The Matrix. It was very popular because of like special effects, right? It was a visual movie.
Oh yeah, CGI was out. Like, oh wow, that's fucking awesome. Everyone's CGIing now.
Right. So while it might still be good, because obviously it's sold, so it must be at least like half decent. I don't think it has that same level of like a wow factor that it did. Matrix is the same thing. In the 90s, the Matrix was the hot shit because nobody had did that before. But
Exactly.
now we had Matrix 4 come out, and ironically, the same people that made that made John Wick. It's like you're competing with yourself. Like, how do you beat John Wick in 2023 with something that came out in the 90s that looks like shit now?
Right.
No, with disrespect to the Matrix, because I love the Matrix, but like it's just the
But
fourth
fuck you,
movie
Keanu.
clearly proved that. Yeah,
No,
but yeah,
no,
that's kind of reason
can't
to
agree more.
sweetheart. It's a shame. I wanted it to do well, but
Um,
I just had a gut feeling. I was like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's with its time anymore.
I feel like I'm gonna get shit on for this, but I've actually never seen The Matrix before.
I mean, to be honest with you, there's many other movies or like forms of media that I probably would have jumped on you for, but The Matrix is just. I mean, it's got a legacy to it.
Yeah, I know
But
it's
not like
pretty widely considered one of probably the best movies of all time, but
Kind
for
of
the
like with a John,
special effects, yeah.
like
but,
John
like-
Wick. I don't know.
Yeah.
it has
Sorry.
John Wick.
No. That's not where I was going with that. But what I was gonna say is like to branch off. It's like you may not have seen The Matrix. I've never really watched the John Wick movies, and everyone's like, ah, fucking could
that I
you?
could jump on you for.
Ah, well.
But I'll give you a pass because we're on the
Okay.
same team here. But
Oh yeah, the A's.
so, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think you should give the Matrix movies a watch at some point besides the fourth movie, unless you just want to see how it all went bad. But I mean, it's a movie for its time. You might watch it now and you'd be like, okay, well, I could see why this was revolutionary, but it's kind of mid by today's standards. Whereas John Wick is still very modern. So I definitely think you should do yourself that justice because they're great movies and they're beautiful movies because they're movies that you can kind of just like turn your brain off and enjoy. Like there's no super deep story or
There's no
any
lore.
outside lore. I mean, there's lore, but like no outside lore that's like so important that you have to spend an additional like half hour to an hour reading up online to understand the nooks and crannies in between
Destiny
what
Grimmer
things-
cards.
Yeah, it's like it's just this guy who has some shitty stuff happen to him after he's tried to
Dog
escape the
dies.
criminal in the world. Yeah, and he shoots people.
Yeah.
Literally,
Pew pew.
that's it's as simple as it comes.
GG's,
But
roll credits.
yeah, and he does that for 4 fucking movies. But somehow, time it gets better.
That's great. I'm gonna definitely have to fucking watch it because
They're
both to
very
get people
fun.
off my back and also to be a little more cultured.
I still remember watching the fucking, was it the first one or the second one where his, I think it was the first one where his dog died and that was like the cause of him going on his murderous
That's the
rampage.
first one.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
watching that and being like, yeah, no, this is completely understandable.
Puppy.
I completely
Do the
get where he's
same.
coming from here. Oh, let somebody kill your bird, Amanda? I'm expecting like
They
a
don't even
fucking-
have to kill him. They just call him fat.
Oh,
Over.
oh,
Just-
that's the
Absolutely
tipping over
fine.
boiling edge.
Right.
That's what starts Amanda's version of John Wick. It's like, hey yo, that bird
Exactly.
fat. Boom. It's just like first shot fired.
Instant assassin. Like any insult
Imagine
towards
trying
that
to argue
bird.
that in court.
Well, he called my bird fat. Case closed.
But-
Your Honor.
But ma'am, you murdered 300 people. He called my bird fat. I don't know.
It's called fat, and I
Oops.
therefore I plead bullshit.
Your Honor, my
I don't
client
understand
put
your
this on God. I don't understand why we're still here.
On God, my bird has been on quite the diet lately.
Your Honor, my client was just trying to be silly. I mean, my client claims whoopsie daisies.
My client claims Butterfingers, Your Honor.
I didn't mean to explode the building. My finger slipped. Oops.
Fucking, how was I supposed to know them?
Things happen, you know?
I didn't know gunpowder was fucking volatile.
Gun go boom, what?
But anyways, moving to, the actual fucking guest of the episode.
Yes.
Amanda, I'm going to ask you the first question we ask every content creator that we have on the
I don't know
pod.
what the bodies are doing.
Who?
What?
Sorry, never mind. Continue.
We don't want her to have an existential crisis right now, okay? What got you into content creation? Like, what was the road leading up to you deciding, yeah, I'm gonna content create things?
So, it's kind of a silly story. Way back in high school, I think it was like junior year or senior year, I can't remember. It's been a while. We had this very like super duper cringy photography class, right? And we had to make like class Instagrams or whatever. Which to be fair, the class was kind of cool because we did get to go into like the dark room and actually like make photographs and
Oh,
stuff like
that's
that. So
cool.
that was kind of neat. But yeah, so we had this little like our homework assignment would be to literally go out, take some photos like around the city and stuff like that because I live in New York, so there's a bunch of like tourist sites and stuff to see.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we'd post them, and we kind of just had to like critique and interact with other students' pages and stuff like that. And that was basically the class. Could you imagine having a class like that nowadays? It sounds beautiful, but back then I thought it was terrible. But regardless, after that kind of like gave me the basic introduction to Instagram because I didn't really care for social media at the time. And I was like, okay, well, I kind of want to turn this into something.
Profit.
And I was gaming a lot at the time, obviously. Who the fuck doesn't? Weirdo.
The grass touching? Ew.
Literally. But yeah, so I don't know, I just had this wild idea and I had some like fellow small content creator friends at the time and they gave me some advice and I just kind of turned it into that and I realized, wow, this is actually really fun. This is something that I really want to do. And it started from GTA. And
Oh.
that was an interesting time, to say the least. The PvP community in that particular fandom is not the nicest.
No.
Seems to be pretty common in video games these days.
Yeah, I will say. But then I moved on to D2, the infamous game, the game that shall not be named. And I don't know, it just kind of continued from there. there were a lot of times where I was just like, oh, this isn't really for me. But then, I don't know, you just get that urge, you know? It's like you wake up and you do something really cool and you're like, wow, I could turn that into a video. And it just kind of stems from there. And I just kind of been doing it ever since. And while I have kind of been slowing down because I do think Instagram's algorithm is a little bit more pooey these days, I still keep some tendencies here and there. Like I might still edit something and keep it for a rainy day one day if I ever decide to finish it. But I'm just kind of quietly
Like
waiting for another popular social media app to come out and maybe try to start on that.
I mean, have you thought about making TikTok posts, TikTok gaming posts? Because the algorithm on
did.
TikTok is
For
cracked.
2 weeks, and I got banned for no reason at all.
That
So
sounds about right.
All right. Well,
I shit you not, I made it for 2 weeks, and I posted a bunch of Elden Ring montages there. Like I was reposting what I had already posted on Instagram, and one day I just opened it up, and it's just like, oh, this account doesn't exist, and I was like, what?
You have too much potential.
I
Goodbye.
can't make this shit up. I was like dumbfounded. I was like,
bullshit.
what the fuck? What did I even do?
you are too good at this video game. Leave.
You exist. Goodbye. It's just like,
Bye.
what the fuck?
Yes, you breathe.
It's like, yeah,
no.
you're an algorithm to steal people's data, so
Like
That's-
TikTok just looked at me and you're just like, oh wow, an e-girl that doesn't just flex her body. Gotta get her off the app. Can't be having
bullshit.
that.
You're not
Yeah,
promoting
so-
your OnlyFans? Why are you here?
No OnlyFans? Goodbye.
Yeah, but I really wanted to do that. To be fair, like I really wanted to see the viewership of like TikTok.
Oh, that's where you're
oh,
going.
okay.
Can we go back in time for like 15 seconds?
Bro, when I tell you my fucking jaw swung open,
Content?
I was about to be like, huh?
No.
I mean, listen, I would have respected the grind.
Respect the grind. Hey,
No.
I respect it because if I was a female, I can't
dude.
lie. I can't lie.
I would be selling more downloadable content than EA. That's just all I'm gonna say.
Oh no.
Dude,
Like,
all of the texture packs.
shoot.
I'm talking Snapchat, Instagram,
I'm
Facebook.
talking toenail pics.
What?
You want to see the inside of my knee? Gotcha.
Gotcha, fam. It's like, yeah, that turned you on? Got him.
Easy $5.
Those were my knuckles. Ha!
I thought you were about to say those are my nuts.
You son of a bitch, no. Oh no, I'm dying. Alright.
Buy my OnlyFans. Joke's on you. You just bought nuts.
Oh man, only nuts.
That's gotta be the one for guys. That's gotta be the site for guys. Only nuts.
Just for the boys.
Jesus
But yeah,
Christ.
no, fucking continuing on. So what's been some of like your favorite content that you've posted, and some of the content you're personally looking forward to posting more of going, in the future?
So, I will say some of my favorite content that I've posted, and we're never gonna get it again, were like my really long montages, like YouTube length montages, because Instagram used to let you do that back in
Wow.
the day. Good fucking times. You're not in that timeline anymore.
Golden age.
Yeah. The algorithm used to be so much better. But yeah, no, I used to really love the more like thematic montages that I used to make. And I do still have some of them archived. They were really fun to make, and ironically enough, they were mostly D2. At least a decent amount of them were from like that D2 era. I think that's like when I was at like my peak, when I was just posting like constantly every day, when I felt the urge the most was that game. But I will say, if I had to handpick like a form of content that I would be really excited to keep doing, I've wanted to stream for so long, but I've always been hit by this like wave of anxiety last second, and I just decided to say maybe another time. But I really want to do it. I just feel like there's a lot of fun freedom that I could have with streaming.
Oh hell
And
yeah.
you know, there's only so much you can do when you just clip something and you add like a voiceover and you call it a day.
Hmm.
It's like there's certain moments where you're just like, well, I'm glad that I clipped this, but I really wish I would have clipped this, or this conversation was really funny. I wish I would have clipped it, or whatever it was.
Hmm.
And you can get that with streaming
Oh yeah,
and whatnot.
and the
So,
best part of it is, you know, your community themselves can clip whatever they think is funny or whatever
of
they
course,
found
yeah.
hilarious, you know, and it's great.
Do you know how many embarrassing moments I've had clipped of me from streams that I do not
Oh,
Oh,
condone?
yeah, there, dude. My butt, like, it's fucked because like, don't get me wrong, I love my community. I love the truest homies. Y'all are the real ones. If you are listening to this, I promise I will get back to streaming once my body stops trying to shut down. Um, my
right.
Windows stops trying to upgrade to 11. But no, yeah. Bottom line is, like, yeah, dude, fucking, I wish I could erase that shit, but it is, at the same time, it's nostalgic, and I love it.
I don't know. Those Twitch clips of you dumping a whole water bottle on your head are my particular favorites.
Oh, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, my
Love
actual
watering
fucking
yourself like a plant.
like, dude, that has like been the fucking modus operandi of my one like IRL fucking buddy who's been there since the very beginning, and he's just saved up all his fucking channel points just to torment me, just to be like, haha, you are now moist. I take that back. That sounds fucking weird. You know what I mean.
My homie saying, haha, you are now moist.
Well, I mean, I guess you're right when you said that people like to clip the funniest part of the conversations they hear. I might be one of them.
Oh, dear fucking God. I'm like, I feel like you should just take that leap of faith, though, honestly, because even though, yeah, streaming can be a bit of a fucking bitch sometimes, there's lows and there's highs, like much like with everything in this whole content creation world.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you get those highs while you're streaming live with your community, it's like it's there's no greater feeling in
Oh
this
yeah. Nothing
in this
can quite
realm.
compare.
I mean,
And I'd imagine.
I'd say go just fucking
It's
3, 2,
all
1
about
the
that.
bitch, you know?
Yeah, it's all about that like initial band-aid pull basically, and just saying we're doing it, and just, you know, hit the live button and just say fuck it. And it's difficult to do that. Trust me, I fucking get it. It is like the most nerve-wracking experience, and even now, it's been one of those things where every time I try to go back to being, you know, to being consistent and going live as much as possible, again, I still get that anxiety that I got way back when I first fucking hit that button, and it's one of those things that it's a battle, but one that you're ever so grateful once you overcome it.
Yeah, I suppose. That's the funniest thing about it, and I've kind of mentioned it to Chris a few times. It's like I'm not necessarily like an introverted or anxious person per se.
Hmm.
I just have a lot of what do we call it, Chris? Bad luck, if you will.
He basically.
I don't know. I've tried streaming like 3 years ago, and it was pretty fun. It was going great, and I had a really bad incident that kind of caused me to be not superstitious, but like to just kind of be anxious and worrisome about streaming. There was, to put it in short, um, I was streaming Destiny 2, and I think I was like doing a retrospective of like the whole Doom series.
Hmm.
And there was this asshole that I like beat in trials because this is kind of like an ongoing story with a lot of things related to Destiny 2. Is idiot number 74 that I beat in trials ended up being this one guy. I had a lot of bad instances. I get a lot of bad instances when it comes to PvP communities, but one in particular that like really struck me was this guy. I'm not gonna say his um, but he was essentially like kind of cyber stalking me, and he made this weird fan alternate account or whatever, and just kind of insulted me over and over, where he was like literally taking my selfies and editing them and just being just not a good
Fucking weird.
person.
Yeah.
And we spent, fuck, it must have been like 3 or 4 weeks just trying to break down and figure out who this guy was. And we eventually did, and we brought him to justice. But ever since then, I was terrified of streaming after
That's-
that because I already have a lot of anxiety that comes from uh, LGBTQ related stuff
Mm.
because the world is not the nicest with people like us. But I always try to overcome that. And every time I do, someone else just kind of comes in and does something stupid, and it just makes it a lot harder for me.
It feels like one step forward, two steps back, and that's fucked up. Yeah,
Which-
I definitely.
Sorry.
Sorry, you continue.
I mean, all I was about to say was, which, speaking of, since this episode's going to be going out this month, fucking happy Pride Month. I mean,
Oh yeah, dude.
Uh-huh.
happy Pride Month and happy mental health awareness month as well.
There
'cause
you go.
those are both very important things.
Yeah, man. You gotta be proud to be who you are. Don't let any fuckhead fucking tell you otherwise.
Yeah, like, I never understand those people. Like, just let people live their lives, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like,
fucking
whatever makes you happy, fucking strive that
That's what
shit.
I'm saying. They ain't no one fucking telling you how to live. Don't tell other people how to live, man.
People are cringe.
Yeah.
My favorite word.
Or
Cringe.
cringe homunculi.
Huh?
I don't know. That's what that's a terminology I give
just-
to like the fucking Neanderthals that like can't think forward. You know
Just
what I mean?
Fucking
Just-
bring up some zombies fucking lingo, dog.
I
Like,
don't fucking know, man.
bro just pulled homunculus.
What is fucking? What was it? A Full Metal Alchemist homunculi, the homunculus, the not quite human amalgamation. I don't know,
I still need to watch Full Metal Alchemist, man.
dude.
Yeah, I've
Highly
never
recommend.
watched it.
Highly recommend fucking Brotherhood, or whichever one came out later that had more seasons. I don't know.
I think that was Brotherhood. There's so many animes that I haven't, like, so many high tier animes that a lot of people have watched and a lot of people have like huge communities behind, and I just haven't watched them yet. Like
Oh,
Jujutsu
yeah.
Kaisen and fucking
Oh, my
Full
God.
Metal Alchemist, Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter, highly fucking recommend. Definitely highly recommend.
I tried it, but like, I hate slow starts or animes with slow starts. I fucking hate it.
I will say, once you get to the Chimera Ant arc, that's where I think like shit fucking kicks. I mean, obviously shit kicks up, but very much if you get the time and the patience, I'd say give it. Just fucking muscle through the first. I think 2 seasons. I don't know. It's been a while.
2 seasons before it gets good.
I think again, I could be wrong, and to those watching this, feel free to berate and correct me. but yeah. Oh man.
How the we just took a completely left turn from the
Yeah,
conversation.
where the
we
fuck
just
were?
had.
Oh, Pride Month. Yes. Be happy to be who you are.
Bro, that
June-
happens way too much on this fucking podcast. I
June,
swear. to
D2
God.
sucks. Don't be a fucking weird champ in streams. No one likes it, and you're probably just gonna get banned and be a fucking parasocial Andy anyway.
Yeah, be
But
like, in all seriousness,
Whatever
be
the fuck that means. Yes, like
Yeah.
someone will translate that. Okay.
Parasocial, it's like fucking just living vicariously through other streamers' lives. Basically,
Which is
very
weird.
weird. Very weird, champ.
But in all seriousness though, like, just don't be afraid to be who the fuck you want to be. Like, be you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need other people's approval or anything. Like, you just need to be you. You need to strive for what you are happy and not what other people think would be best for
Yeah.
you or
It's
think
like-
you should do.
Do whatever
Do you.
content you want to do, regardless of whatever norms or whatever bullshit has been set forth by other creators. It can go to all walks of life. It can go to every fucking career opportunity you try to pursue. If you're something you love and something you're passionate about, ain't no one has the right to tell you, oh no, fuck you. Like, no, you can't do it that way. That's the wrong way. It's like, dude, do it the way you feel is right. Do it the way you feel is best in your heart, in your soul. I know it sounds cheesy, sounds corny, but it's true.
Yeah, it's genuine fucking facts. Like, there's literally no reason for hate in this situation, or really any situation. Like,
No.
just it's not affecting you. It doesn't affect your life. Be happy for what people got going on in their lives. Like, how hard is that?
Apparently fucking difficult. Dumb, man. Weird champ and dumb.
Super Quinge.
Bookwind. Beyond. All right. So where were we? Ah, yes.
Amanda.
Uh,
So,
Yeah.
I know we shit on Destiny a lot because it deserves it, but what would you say is your favorite memory from the time you've played Destiny?
Oh, that's easy. Absolutely Sherry. 150%. That will never ever change. I mean, I will say like I've had a lot of like instances in which like I had a good time in trials and whatnot, but I don't know, just meeting the people in that community, the right people, the cool people in that community was a fun time, especially when I first started, because when I first started, I was a small page and I didn't really know what I was doing, and again, it's not the easiest for me to meet people due to obvious circumstances and whatnot. So when I was able to interact with new people, whether they were small or bigger pages and whatnot, and we kind of got that going because we all had the mutual interest of being a content creator. It was really fun. It was definitely really fun. Like meeting, obviously you, people
Oh,
like
shit.
Jack, um, Jasper before we had our falling out, because he's still really cool. Like I'll never see him in a negative light for what he was. He was a good guy. Um, like just there was a lot of positive memories that I came from the interaction of other people, but definitely my ex, yeah, 100%. God rest her soul, but she was really cool.
Yeah,
To be honest, I kind of like stopped playing Destiny for the game like in 2018. Like I
Wow.
just played it for the people after that point. Like I would get on
yeah.
because like I don't know, there just
Honestly,
wasn't there wasn't an
drive.
incentive when it came to grinding
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
me.
they
Like
kind of
I had
lost
most of
that
the god rolls
aspect.
that I wanted. Yeah.
I can
Like
very
when
much
Trials
relate.
came out, I'm sure. But like I don't know. I just kind of got on because I was like, oh wow, these two people are really fun. I could probably run a few Trials cards with them and just have a casual conversation while we shit on like fucking 2 points and 3.0s. That's a very casual, normal thing to do.
I can't tell you how many times I would be doing carries with Jack, and like the person we were carrying at the time would just be like dumbfounded at the fact that me and him could just run through teams while dicking around the entire time, just making jokes, fucking not even paying attention.
It's always when you're not taking it seriously that you just steamroll. But when you actually
Oh
like,
yeah.
take it seriously and you make like the craziest of call outs, it just never works out. I don't know what it is.
You start to overthink shit, and it's like you can't. You
Mm.
just gotta fucking be instinctual with it.
You gotta be in that flow
Yeah.
state where you don't second guess your decisions and hesitate
Yeah.
and shit.
Not to say that like call outs are bad. Of course they're not.
No.
I was gonna say
Never communicate.
I
Only
that
silence.
would be false advertising really hard. Like, oh yeah, all the esports are won by people with mute
Yeah.
headsets. Like, no. But no, when you just casually chilling and whatnot, you do really well.
Yeah, you perform better when you feel better.
Definitely. That's the way I see it for sure.
But yeah, to build off of the whole falling out of the game for the game and only sticking around for the people you meet through it, that I think, for me especially, sums up my entire experience with Destiny as a whole. Only reason I kept playing it was because my other buddies were still playing it. I was like, all right, you guys are still doing this shit, so, and I have fun playing with you guys. But other than that, if there was no real group activities going on, I played it fuck all.
See, Destiny has had a vice grip on me since Taken King, so I mean, I literally only just as of I think 2 days ago finally uninstalled Destiny.
Took you that long?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like I've been playing it for a
It's
while.
just been there.
It's just been in my
Oh,
games and apps.
I have my doubts, can't lie.
But I mean, I feel like that's the case with a good majority of Destiny's fucking community at this point, because as much as it gets shit on for being a dog shit game that it is, absolutely horrible, fucking disgusting experience. Now, there's been a lot of fucking lifelong friendships that I've made through that game.
Through Destiny.
Like, I think the craziest one is in D1, I picked up this random kid named Nick off of fucking LFG for a King's Fall raid that I was doing with my cousin. Come to find out, we end up being friends with Nick, and Nick ends up going to the same high school as my cousin, and then they become friends in real life, and then my cousin ends up living with Nick, and then now they're roommates, or was roommate. Like, that's such a crazy fucking, all from the
That's
fact that I
awesome.
needed an LFG that one day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I have a similar tale on like GTA. I met one of my closest friends off of GTA in 2014. His name was Asen, or his gamer tag was like Lord Sigma for a while. And I literally met him by shooting him in the face. But we're not gonna talk about that. So funny is that, again, I mentioned I live in New York, and he lives in Brooklyn. And
shit,
2 years after I met him over Xbox is when I had graduated high school, and he actually came to my graduation party. Like, quite literally. I was like,
oh, shit.
wow, that's fucking crazy how shit happens like that. But no, it's really cool when you have small world moments like that.
Oh yeah. And the fact that something as simple as like fucking something as, how do I put this, outwardly antisocial as gaming could bring so many people together, both like physically and even just metaphysically. It's kind of crazy.
Like that's the one aspect about gaming or just video games in general that I feel a lot of parents that are so against it just can't even begin to fathom or grasp, is the fact that, like, you can make so many lifelong and meaningful friendships through this shit. Like,
Oh, hell
it's
yeah.
not just you melting your brain away for hours on end. That, well, I mean, not the only thing, because that is still a part of it, I guess. But like, you're making so many connections, and more than likely, kids that are like that, speaking from experience, don't really know how to speak to people in real life and don't really have many IRL friends, but online, the fucking shit, dude. Like,
I'm everyone's bestie.
it's just so much easier because you all have that one major thing in common.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. It's a social space now. You
yeah,
know? I do agree that sometimes it is I don't want to say boomers, because I've seen younger people kind of bring up the argument of like video games are unhealthy. But the reason why I we'll call them outsiders, I guess, right? The people that don't really play video games, I guess that's a good term for it. The reason why outsiders kind of see it in that sort of light is because they haven't experienced it themselves,
yeah,
Yeah.
or they come from a time where video games weren't a social circle, like the 90s, for example. Like, parents and whatnot, they think video games, what do they think? They think like Super Mario, they think like fucking Tetris, they think of games that weren't really like this multiplayer online experience, because they didn't have that. We didn't have online experiences until like the early 2000s. So, well, on console anyway. I mean, PC had that stuff since like Doom and shit, but yeah, it was very different for them. So I can't blame their ignorance per se, but I do just wish they would stop judging a book by its cover and give it a try.
yeah. Or
Oh, yeah.
Which is
or if anything, just sit down and just watch and experience.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even
Yeah,
have to
no,
get a console for
definitely.
yourself. Just sit there, like, watch me
Sit there and
work.
watch.
Okay.
Watch me work.
literally. And it definitely does get infuriating sometimes, because, I don't think anybody wants to sit there and get scolded for playing video games when in reality they're just trying to hook up and talk to their friends and try to relieve themselves from a stressful day.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
that could be anything.
That's not
Nobody
fun.
wants to be hated on for something they love
Every-
doing.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. Everyone's
Exactly.
got their
That's
hobbies. Like,
literally one of the worst feelings in the world, is being told that what you like is irrelevant when you're not
oh
really
god.
doing anything wrong. Like, if you're not doing anything wrong and you like something, like, fucking do it. I really don't care.
I'm saying, like, it's
Like,
not like, oh well, my outlet's committing Grand Theft Auto. Like,
I love homicide. Like,
I just get the biggest thrill from arson. You know what I mean? Like,
then it's a bit of a problem. I mean,
yeah.
Oh.
I met so many great friends in penitentiary. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh no.
Speaking
Wait.
of
Wait,
speaking of
no, no. Speaking of parent ignorance, you know, like that constant fucking everyone's experienced it of parent walking in a room and be like, hey, pause your game. And like, I can't. It's an online game. That whole
This
back and
day.
forth with the
to
parents.
this fucking day.
I have finally experienced something that I don't think anybody else has, and it felt so rich. Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
so the other day, because my mom plays Call of Duty whenever she feels
Really?
the want to.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's a really cursed fucking sentence, but I'm also so excited.
My mom
There
plays
is
it.
hope.
She plays it in the living room on the fucking massive flat screen, and my dad had just put the dinner plates on the table. Me and him were sitting at the table, and she was still sitting on the couch playing the game. And my dad said to her, "Hey, pause your game and come eat." And she was like, "I can't pause it. It's an online game." And I was like, "Boom! Yes, that! It sucks now, doesn't it?"
How does it feel? How does it feel?
You understand. That shit felt so good, bro. And she was like, oh my god.
Sweet.
The revelation, man.
Bro, it was like so many years of pent up rage because they never understood, and then finally seeing it with my own eyes, them understanding the
Sorry,
pain.
guys, I can't stick around. I gotta go eat dinner with
Yeah.
my family.
The amount of times I've gone through that and then got back from dinner and just proceeded to get roasted for the next hour because I just ditched. Like,
Wait, will mommy boy have to go eat dinner?
fuck off, man. No, we
Well,
don't.
character development, Chris. That's fine.
Yeah, that was probably the highlight of my 2023 year. I think it's just gonna be downhill from here.
Oh no.
Can't go any higher.
Yeah, I've peaked already, and we're only what 6 months in.
It's like the halfway mark. That's it.
And I've peaked. I mean, I guess it's a good time because now I have 6 months to fucking reset.
It's 6 months to hit rock bottom. Let's fucking speedrun this shit.
Well, that's what his mom's doing. What's his dad doing? That's the question.
No, see,
That goes.
a different thing with the whole gaming thing that infuriates me when it comes to my parents is both of them have every fucking console. Every single one.
Wow.
My mom has a Switch. My mom has a Wii U, GameCube, fucking normal Wii, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS5, PS4. My dad, same thing, minus the Nintendo shit. And my mom at least plays now. Like, whenever she can, every here and there, every other day or whatever. My dad, he'll play after he gets the console for like a week. And then it just sits there collecting dust. And God forbid anybody tries to play on his gaming system that he hasn't touched in a millennia. Like this his past birthday, my mom got him the Series X, right? And my dad's a huge Hitman fan. That's like the main fucking game series that he's played for as long as I can remember. Tell me why the first game this man loads up on his Series X is the 360 version of Hitman. I nearly passed out. So I'm just sitting there like, why did you need the new gen for this? Like, I don't know. It drives me crazy, dude.
That's
I
pretty
mean,
wild.
Like, why
listen,
spend that much money on a new console to play old games?
Or you could
Chris,
afford that
sweetheart,
shit on
let me
PC.
tell you right now. Do you know how many motherfuckers spend $3K on a PC to play
Among Us.
Minecraft?
Oh, sorry.
Stardew Valley. We'll throw Among Us in there as well, because why not? You know how many people pay $3K for a PC to go on YouTube?
See, that's, that hurts. As
They
someone who
exist.
built their own PC and
There
put
are
my,
people.
oh my god, yeah, that's.
I mean, at the very least, your dad's playing good games.
true.
Not to say that Minecraft's
Your
not
father-
a good
your
game,
fa-
but it's like it doesn't need a PC for that.
You don't need a $3,000
And
PC
look,
to run
wow.
Minecraft. Unless you're
Right.
playing 5 different
You can use
instances
a
of
fucking
Minecraft.
laptop for that.
Yeah. It's like, hold on, I
That's
gotta
what
play
used to
my
get myself on.
gotta play Minecraft on my 5 monitors, and also my heart monitor needs to make sure I'm not going into cardiac arrest.
It is funny though, because obviously both of my parents aren't exactly very advanced when it comes to gaming or technology in general. So it's like watching a 3-year-old trying to play Call of Duty. It's so funny to me. Because but it's also pretty adorable too, like in a childish way, because my mom will come up to me at random points being like, "Hey, I got 5 kills in this game," or I killed like 3 zombies the other day. I was like, "You
Very
fucking
good.
go, mom. You go." You fucking get him.
My dad literally does that. My dad does that exact thing.
Because I don't have the heart to be like, that's nothing. I don't, because that's a
You
lot
can,
for
yeah, because that'll stop them from gaming for sure.
Listen,
That's
mother
what, man.
fucking rookie. nerds.
You want to see some real shit?
Well,
Cracks
no,
knuckles, pulls
kinda
up fucking
funny.
Twitch.
there was actually an instance, and it like warmed my heart to this day. I'll never forget it because when I was in the GTA community, I used to, because I don't know how familiar you guys are with like GTA Online and like the PvP scene and whatnot, but there's like a few, I don't even know how to word it. Like there's a few play styles for like the quote unquote, and I say this with my fucking fingers, competitive scenes, right? Because GTA will never be competitive. I don't know why people even try, but there are people that give a shit. And one of them obviously is like sniping because it has a high skill gap, but the other one is dogfighting, and jets and whatnot. That's what I used to do for a while. I wasn't like the best, but like I was pretty decent at it and whatnot. And I used to play in a certain like way that a lot of people never used to really do. I used to use a jet that was considered to be like really underpowered compared to the opposition, and I would like shit on people using meta jets like really hard. Cause like in dogfighting, the best jet is usually considered like the laser, which is like the one from the military base or whatever, the one that everybody kind of knows about because its stats are like really balanced out and whatnot. Like it's a jack of all trades. Like it doesn't really do anything in particular, but it's always reliable and it has a lot of tech that you can utilize to give yourself an advantage in a fight. I used to use the Hydra, which was a faster jet and top speed, but its handling was much slower. But the counteract for it was that it had VTOL. So you can activate VTOL mid-flight, and you could basically enter like helicopter mode, if you want to call it like that. And there was a lot of like advanced maneuvers you could do by using VTOL mid-flight and whatnot that a lot of people didn't do. And I was doing that in dogfights and whatnot. It was like wowing the shit out of people. That's like what a lot of my like clips were me doing like advanced stuff in the Hydra, because no one had ever really done it. And I've only seen like a very small amount of YouTubers doing it and whatnot. It was very underrated. It was very fun. But my dad was like so inspired by that because he also plays GTA and whatnot, that he like literally signed into the game and got a jet just because he saw me doing that shit. And I knew from that day on, I was like, man, I'm somebody's hero. That's fucking awesome.
I'm my dad's hero.
It
Fuck
was
yeah.
literally so wholesome. It's so funny because like I'm sitting here, right, and I'm thinking to myself, like at the time, like there's probably like thousands of followers and people that probably think I'm like the coolest GTA player in the world, and I give a shit about what my dad thinks. That's how you know we have a good bond. Like that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good
that
bond
shit was
right
so
there.
wholesome.
My
I love
mom's
that.
my number one hype person, bro. Like there's been times where she'll walk into my room for something and I'll be in the middle of a game and I'll get like fucking 3 snipes and she's like, okay. It's like, yeah, you know, it's a little son, I guess. Just a little thing or whatever. I mean,
That's
yeah,
cute.
I love my mom. I'm
awesome.
always a mama's boy. And I'm not afraid to admit it on the internet. I am a mama's boy.
Love your parents. It's okay.
Unless they're assholes.
Well, yeah, unless your parents hate you. In which
Yeah.
case, you know, fuck 'em.
Yeah, then fuck those people.
Whatever. They did their job. You're in the world now. Be a better person.
I mean,
Don't be
people.
them.
I've had people rag on me quite a lot for the fact that I still, from time to time, call my mom mommy, like in person. Like that's just she
That-
prefers to be called mommy. I mean, and I know
I think-
that calling people mommy is like very weird these days, but I try not to think of it in that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
There's really nothing wrong with the term. It's just it's
It
one of
depends
those
on how-
things where like, the term has changed in time.
Mhm.
You know, now it's more of a sexual term, unfortunately. So
I mean, it's the
people are
same.
gonna automatically identify it with that.
Yeah, it's the
Mommy,
same thing with my
someone
dad,
offers.
and I
Yeah.
refuse to call my dad daddy. But he has voiced he used to voice that a lot like years ago, saying like, "Why do you call me dad or father? Like, why don't you call me daddy?" And it's like, no, no.
The internet.
Yes, I grew up in the age of the interwebs. That will not happen, sir.
Reddit
It's
has
funny.
taught
I
me
barely
otherwise.
even call my father like father or dad. I just call him pops.
Fuck.
That
Like, I'm
too.
old school, I guess. I call
No.
him pops, popcorn, popsicle. I haven't
Bro,
called him dad in a
ice
minute.
pops.
I remember.
Yo, lollipop.
I remember one time
I
I
haven't
called.
actually thought about that one. I'll add that to the list.
I remember one time I as a joke, because I saw it on TikTok, I changed my mom's contact name in my phone to Spawn Point, and she saw that was her name, and he's like, why the fuck is my name Spawn Point?
Think about it.
Because I
Think
spawned from you. I mean, I don't know.
I entered this fucking virtual reality from you.
Oh no, that's fun.
Yeah, I call my dad father because, like, for the longest time, it's been like a running joke between me and him to like do an old timey voice and be like father and shit like that, you know.
Dare I say, Papa?
Oh, father, what delights are you cooking today?
Ew, that smells positively scrumptious.
That smells unequivocally bussing.
So,
I
building
think I
off-
need medical help.
I mean, that's no surprise.
Psychiatric
off-
help.
An episode to figure that out.
So speaking of Grand Theft Auto, just because I don't know.
Oh, the video game. Right, yeah. Continue.
Yes, yeah. No, stealing cars, jacking cars. That's what I'm. Yeah, no, fucking Grand Theft Auto. So I hear 6 is coming out, and with that, I know there's also been No Pixel and the whole like Grand Theft Auto RP and all that shit. What are
Yeah.
what are some of your thoughts as a seasoned? We'll call you a seasoned Grand Theft Auto player. What are some of your thoughts on the RP servers and No Pixel? Are you interested in it? Would that be something you might think of maybe playing? Would that be content you'd be interested in making?
If
And
I had a PC, I would. Straight up,
Awesome.
I definitely would. I feel like GTA RP would probably rejuvenate my interest in the game. It would take me a little bit to kind of get used to because I'm a very PvP oriented person, and Grand Theft Auto roleplay is obviously like a huge.
You'd get locked
departure
up in the
from
first
that
5
perspective.
minutes.
Yeah, I'm not like the biggest roleplay person, but I just like the idea that there is an ongoing like modded version of the game that adds a shitload of content and allows the game to be seen in a way that we've never really played it before.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of hours right there that just I could soak in. What I would do in the game, I have no fucking idea.
I have
I
the
have no
best.
clue.
So
Mass murder.
my plan is to create a crime syndicate centered on the business idea known as Tow Brothers One Truck.
You already lost me, but go on.
We are a repo company, yet we're not actually repossessing, we're just taking possession of your vehicle and stealing the vehicle under the guise of a repo company.
Sounds legal.
Slowly, very legal, and laundering said money through whatever fucking diabolical means I can. You know what I mean? So, yes. Anyway, Tow Brothers, One Truck. Coming
What?
to a theater near you.
Why does that unironically actually sound like something that could be pulled off in real life? At least for like one or two cars.
You can get away with anything at least once for like 5 minutes. You theoretically,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, theoretically, yeah.
you're
gotta
free
store
for
this
like
stuff.
you're free till you get caught. So I'm just not saying I'm not promoting committing crimes. Don't commit
I already
crimes.
think we're too far in, man. If the FBI wanted to take us down, they would have right now. I think they're having a ball.
You know, everyone thinks that the FBI exists and they're tapped into our phones. All I'm saying is that if FBI does do that and we all have our own FBI agent, as unrealistic as that may be, my FBI agent is fucking slacking because I should be life in prison, solitary confinement, maximum security for the shit I've said in past like kick group chats and shit.
Dude, the vile things.
This guy said kick. Let's not
Kick.
go back. Let's not go back.
Fuck,
No,
we could even
better
do
get
Instagram. I mean,
God.
the group chats are crazy. Okay.
Team speak. Bro, team speak. Anyway, but yeah, no. That my NSA agent's seen some shit. They're hardcore veterans.
I admit I feel like I'm definitely on the more innocent side of the internet. So I probably would I'd get community service hours.
That's what they all
Maybe.
say.
As she's clearing her
crime.
search history of violent crimes.
Anus.
How to commit grand larceny.
How to commit tax evasion.
What to do if caught.
Can the IRS find you? Is IRS real?
What
I feel
are
like-
taxes?
Dude, I'm not. Shit you not. I'm pretty sure there's been like at least a fuck ton of searches, like maybe like 1 million searches for those exact phrases. Especially when like crypto began
don't blame
to
you.
pop off.
You think there's any dumb fuck out there that like genuinely didn't know taxes existed and like just lived his life normally, and then one day police just knock on his door like, "Hey, you haven't paid your taxes in like 10 years. What's
you
going
owe like
on?"
2 million in back taxes. You're just gonna have to
Like, what? Huh?
Yeah, there's a dumb fuck for everything. Let's be
True.
honest. There's like
I mean-
billions of people in the world. I'm sure there's been at least one person who's
I
been
mean-
stupid enough. Hundreds even.
Titular
Whether it was,
dumb
like,
fuck who
this or
spent
that.
2,000 Bitcoin on 2 pizzas. Back
It's
when it
not
was-
like there's a fucking tutorial for taxes anyway.
Yeah, true.
Although there definitely needs to be.
They're starting that shit. Dude.
Amen.
They're
They
starting that
needed
shit.
to put that shit in school. Like that's one of the most helpful things it would have been to teach people in high school was how to do your taxes, because no matter what job you get, or even if you don't get a job, at some point taxes are gonna creep into your life in adulthood, and if you don't
Yeah.
pay that, you're fucked. So it would be good to know that they want to shove math down our fucking throats for so long. How about doing a little bit of marketing or
Hey,
a little
but,
bit of taxes? Like
you know,
that would have been a lot more helpful.
thank God I know about the Pythagorean theorem, you know, or the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Like, thank God I know that though. Yo, you want to know? You want to know what a slope is? Y equals mx plus b type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
I know my ABC. Therefore, like, you know what I mean? It's just
I feel like math should have stopped at the like midway point of middle school before
Once
they
the
started
alphabet-
introducing
yeah.
numbers. Or wait,
Once the
once they
alphabet
started
started-
introducing letters.
Bro, once they started splicing the alphabet with fucking addition, subtraction, and division,
Yeah.
you fucking lost me. No.
I just want to talk to the person who invented that. I just want to talk to him. Okay, just 5 minutes.
I want to meet Mr. Pythagorean. Miss- I wanna meet the man
Mr.
behind the
Pythagorean.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
the biggest fan of math, I'm not gonna lie. Chris and I were actually just talking about math before you fucking came in. I basically said something
Oh,
along
good.
the lines of like, fuck the person that made math. I don't like him.
With every fiber of my being, I hate that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I hate every one of them.
If it
Yeah, no.
if but like I hate math, but it's also the reason we have everything.
Yeah, math, it kind of is the core construct behind any and all technological achievements we've made.
Not
Thus
even
far.
technological, just anything
Yeah,
at all.
right.
Making buildings, fucking
Yeah.
anything. Like,
But that's
Civilization as a whole, man.
But why the
Whoa.
fuck do I have to learn it?
Man,
want-
they can go make all their skyscrapers. I'm just
For
trying to
real.
live.
I just want to know how much my fucking Burger King menu's gonna be.
I just want to know what the fuck is 5.5% of my tip.
How much I owe this fucker?
How much
I think the
money do
funniest
I
part
have?
about math and the shit that I never really understood is the concept that teachers saw as calculator equals cheating.
Oh
But
my
yet
God.
everybody has access to a calculator, whether it's a physical or a phone calculator in today's age. Who the fuck is gonna do the math with their fingers? Like, let's say you're working cash register. You're gonna sit there and count exactly how much money the person needs? No.
Mental math.
Bro,
Mental math.
I don't even
So
know how I would
stupid.
react if the guy behind the register just started to be like, all right, hold on.
on.
It's like, hey, can you break a 20? Yeah, sure.
Hold up, pulls out
1,
abacus.
2.
Pulls out a piece of loose leaf, starts writing down the fucking
Hold
equation.
on, fuck. Y equals X squared.
I'd be like,
I
do you...
I get it. You know, they want to teach you the concepts and they don't want to like have you take shortcuts. But if you're gonna teach something, in my opinion, you should just be realistic about it. Just be like, okay, well, it's fucking 2023. There are many people that use modern solutions to help with these equations. You can use them if you like. And it's just like, okay, well, cool.
Some
As long as
motherfucker
you
before
understand
me,
the solution, it's
Yeah.
why does it matter?
some motherfucker before me
Bro.
packed all this smart shit into my phone. Therefore, I'm using that smart shit. I'm still using math.
I
Just,
gotta
didn't
appreciate his
think about
work. I'm sure he spent a
Yeah.
lot of time doing this for me. Okay.
it. Oh,
But
every
not
cash
even
register.
just like in today's day and age, like fucking back in elementary school for me. There used to literally be like a little PNG picture on my homework with a circle with a line crossed through it of a picture of a calculator. Like, and if you got everything right on that piece of homework, you damn near got in trouble with the teacher. Like, she would pull you aside the next day and be like, "Hey, did you cheat on this?" It was like,
Wow.
as if there's no possible way you could have just gotten all the answers correct.
I know you're one dumb motherfucker. Are you sure?
I
You
was
didn't?
gonna say that sounds like the teacher had like a superiority complex or something. They just
I-
couldn't believe that their students would learn.
I don't know,
That's
bruh, because if I knew, like, if I knew about racism at that point in my life,
Oh no!
I definitely would have pulled that card.
Pull
'Cause
the
there was,
race card.
yeah, because, dude, there was this one time specifically, I think in like 3rd grade, this happened, 2nd or 3rd grade. I got 100 on my homework, and my teacher pulled me aside while everyone else was doing something and was like, be honest with me, did you cheat on this? And I was like, no. And she was like, okay.
Damn.
And then she gave me a different sheet with different questions and be like, do this in front of me right now, so I know
That's
you're not
so
cheating.
mean.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Do this while I watch. Like what the fuck,
That's
bro?
literally ridiculous.
And then I did it again because it was just 2 + 2 type shit. And she was like, all right then. It was like-
Let me see your hands. Let me see your eyes.
Bruh.
I
You
was-
gotta be one petty teacher to start beef with your student.
Bro,
man.
you got a lot of
That's
home problems
crazy.
right there.
like, why is
Yeah,
it so crazy that
That teacher literally had pride. I don't know why it was broken by a student, but that says a lot more about the teacher than you, to be
Like,
honest.
dude,
Dude.
dude, I made
Yeah,
these
that's
questions
a-
specifically challenging. All right, there's no way.
Lots of fucking insecurities right there, bro.
That's a movie scene right there, though. That's a typical like 80s, 90s like high school comedy type of like
Bill-
scene.
Bill
That's an
Gates
everybody hates Chris
character
scene
arc.
right there.
That's fucking hilarious.
You know,
Everybody
Who the
hates
fuck does
whatever.
that? I'm thinking about that now. That's literally hilarious. You
That's-
can't make that shit up.
It's so fucked. It's so fucked.
Like,
Like,
It's so
But
fucked
what
you'd
would
expect it.
happen if you got it wrong, but you were still innocent? Like that doesn't prove innocence at
yeah.
all. Like it could have been the dumbest question in the world, and nobody
Like-
would have known because she's
Oh.
obviously doing it, or he, whoever it was doing it off the record just to test you. That's
Yeah,
not cool.
it's like, oh, so you're claiming you didn't.
Should you have
murder this
reported
person.
that? You know, like
Yeah.
is that fair to bring up to the principal, or whatnot? That's not cool.
Yeah, and
Because let's say you got it wrong, are they gonna fail you? Are they gonna just accuse you of cheating and send you up? Like that's not fair.
But the thing was, I wasn't the only person that got 100 on that homework. But I was like one of the
questioned
only
about it.
people questioned about it. Like,
Hey, yo.
he's like, am
They
I
really
this
genuinely thought you
stupid?
were stupid. Yeah.
Do I
They
need to
can't
do
think
I need
about
to
you
be in a
yourself.
different class? Like, what are you trying to say to me?
Chris, you were winning 1v1s before you even knew video games were a thing. Let me tell you.
That logic, I love that.
That's all I'm saying.
I love that logic, though. It's like, did you murder this individual? Kill this person in front of me. Let me see your method.
Here, take this gun. See if you can pull the trigger.
Can you shoot him at 50 paces? It's like, what are you talking about, bro?
In the exact same spot you shot before, allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
I mean, I've had a
You know
bunch
what
of
that
bullshit
reminds me
happen to
of?
me.
That reminds me of that one episode of SpongeBob where like Squidward was teaching art and like SpongeBob had that perfect circle. He's like, do it again. Show your process. He shows this whole elaborate thing where he draws a fully detailed head and then he erases some of the details and 1, 2, 3 a circle fucking thingy. That was Chris. Poor guy.
Or the fucking chisel scene. Tink!
Gotta be the marble, Chris.
I
Gotta lick the marble.
you gotta date the marble. Yeah.
Be the marble.
That's not even the most
God.
BS thing that happened to me during school, though. There was this
How
one
do you
time.
top that?
I'm about to.
You got
There-
in
in middle school, okay, I like 7th or 8th grade, I was in English class, and I shit you not, I sneezed. A normal fucking achoo in the middle of class, right? My teacher stopped the lesson, looked at me, and said, "Go out in the hallway. That was disrespectful." I was like, what, dude? And she was like, I just sneezed. What are you talking about? And she's like, so you're talking back? Do you want to go to the office? I was like, no, I'll just go. I'll just go in the hallway. I stayed out there for the entire class period, and then she came outside and was like, that was really rude. I said, all I did was sneeze. And she was like, no, you did that on purpose just to interrupt me. I was like, no, I just sneezed.
Yes, I sneezed on command, you stupid bitch.
Fuck.
I was so pissed, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
enough.
bullshit.
You can tell some of these teachers get senile after a while.
No, she was like in her early 30s, man.
No way. That's like the forbidden rules. Like if you're older, you're usually the crazy one.
You're
The
usually
younger ones are
exempt.
The more like acceptable ones, right?
Yeah,
'Cause,
the
like,
younger
the-
teachers
the
haven't
younger-
seen some shit
They
yet.
kind of understand. Yeah, they've kind of been in our shoes recently, so they kind of know what it's like. But like the older ones, they probably went through some type of fucking fighting arc or training arc during their school days, and they just feel like that's what happens in 2020.
Yeah, with how our parents explained the fucking World War III it was just to walk to school when they were kids. Fucking.
I feel like every parent has one of those stories where they just say, I mean, it's over exaggerated, I'm sure, but it's always entertaining.
I
had
had
to-
first gang wars to get to school. Right, bro.
If I was wearing even slightly this wrong shade of color, I was shot.
You see this 9? I had this on me every day.
Every day I walk to school, I got a different bullet wound. You don't know pain.
Those lunch lines were fucking brutal.
It was a free-for-all in there. You were lucky if you got the inner lining of a trash bag, okay?
Is it just me, or am I the only one that had like parents who feel like their lives were nerfed when I was born? Like all their like stories that they would tell me before like I was born seemed way more interesting than what their lives are now.
No, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
me?
No, yeah, that's me too. But then again,
Like I've heard stories about like my dad doing a bunch of like crazy things with his friends. I've heard stories about my mom once being in a band, and I'm like, what?
my
Wait,
dad,
hold on. Before-
What energy now?
my
I would
dad
love that.
literally used to be my dad was a nom vet and after he got out, he used to be a bounty hunter for years, and then he had me.
What?
He had me, and then all of a sudden decided to be
He
a
just
fucking
bailed out.
a transport worker for the fucking government, like driving
Bro.
different
I mean,
patients to different hospitals until he retired.
I mean, I get it. You know, you gotta settle down for the kids and stuff, but I don't know. Some of the stories that I hear, it's just like, is this
It
real?
makes me, yeah, it makes me half expect that that's like just the prelude to them saying our lives were interesting before you came along. And I'm
And
like, all right.
Basically, yeah.
bro, like all the
Essentially.
stories I hear of my father from like when he was growing up or like before he met my mom and shit, bro was the main character or the villain. I don't know. Like my dad's had a fucking crazy life and done some crazy shit.
It's
Shit.
fucking funny.
But you know, whatever. I mean, if I would genuinely pay to see like a movie documentary type of my dad's life, fucking all the
I'd
crazy
potentially-
parts, start
Get
to
funded on
now.
Patreon.
Maybe all of our families knew each other. Maybe they're like this one giant group of people, and we just don't know.
You
Part
think
of an organization or something.
we all work for
For
the
the-
bourgeoisie hive mind?
When the
A secret
bombs
society,
fell.
bro. They all just secretly mutually agree that we're the worst parts of them.
Do you ever
They never tell.
do you think that we'll ever get to the point of like technological advancements where they make something to where you're able to like visually see your memories? Like you could go back all the way to the beginning of your life and see what was going on?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Because that would be
Well,
sick.
I mean, not in our timeline anyway.
Well,
I think
probably
in the
not.
next
Maybe-
like 75 years, yes.
No,
75 to
way
100.
further. Way further. Because we still haven't figured out jack shit about our minds. And we've
I
been
don't
here
know.
for how
Elon
long?
Musk is trying to put some chip in our brain that can like cure autism or some shit. I don't know. I think
I don't
that's
know,
one
it's
of the
just like-
cures he said.
Projection
No.
of dreams, like how can you transact that sort of thing?
Well, not your dreams, like your core memories and shit like that. And like
Well,
if
I
you
would
wanted
imagine
to,
it's
you could
so-
go see what you had for
so-
breakfast on your 3rd birthday or some shit. Like
Like, we're already at the
yeah,
point of like
but, like,
mapping
the thing is, like-
brainwaves. I wouldn't think it's
Well,
that
yeah,
far of a
but
stretch.
I mean, I'm not doubting that it's possible. I just think it would take a really fucking long time.
Oh,
At the
yeah.
end of the day, it's all the same context, whether you're dreaming or you have memories and whatnot. It's a projection of like brainwaves. It's a memory of some kind, whether it's recent or current memory that you're having. I don't know. I mean,
gotta
I
call
guess
this
it,
motherfucker Elon Musk. I invested $50 into that shit. It's just-
that would be both.
I don't know. I think it's possible, but I think it would take a really long time. I don't think we would get to see it personally.
That
We
would
might
be
see
both.
the beginning of development, but I don't think we'd see it fluctuate. No.
That would be both
my-
extremely cool and extremely traumatizing to like be able to see your past dreams. Because I've had some cool dreams, but I've also had some like whoa dreams.
yeah, man.
Me too.
Yeah,
I think it'd
that's-
be interesting though because I feel like, well, I can't say all the dreams in the world, but I feel like there's at least a decent chunk of dreams that have some sort of backstory or reasoning to have been projected to us.
Yeah.
There's other dreams where we're just like, well, clearly my mind is high.
Yeah.
Or drunk in some way, shape, or form. But there are some dreams that I've had, some traumatic and whatnot, that I can wake up and be like, okay, I know exactly why I had this.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Like your
um,
brain was working through some shit.
absolutely. And
But-
I'd like to believe that we've had so many dreams and nightmares in our lives that there's probably tons of them that we've forgotten.
Oh yeah.
So seeing those again with, an adult brain, a matured brain, we'd probably be able to dissect that sort of stuff and figure out why we had them. Will it probably open up some trauma? Depends on the person. I mean, for me, I definitely know it would be a little frightening to see some of those dreams again. Especially the 60% of the dreams in which I've been chased by something that I couldn't identify.
Bro.
But-
Oh,
We've all had one of those
Yeah.
chase dreams.
For sure, definitely. I mean, I think that one's kind of easy to understand. I think everybody kind of has a general fear of the unknown or being chased by something. I don't think being chased by something has
I
ever
think
been
it's an
considered fun.
instinctual thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Fear of the unknown is probably one of the most common fears people have. I mean, I don't think anyone can be excited all the time about something happening that they're unaware of. I mean, sometimes you could be excited, right? Like blind excitement is
I'm
is a
being
thing.
washed watched Pogger.
W Stalker, W Stalker.
You know what I mean.
I know. You're right.
But yeah, I definitely believe that there are some dreams that we'd be able to decipher if we actually remember them now.
I mean, there's some
Or
dreams.
saw it again.
There's some therapists just seeing dollar signs right now.
You get some of those fucking dreams that are like, why the fuck was there a giraffe in my living room? Like, I want those explained. Like, completely sober, why is there a shark swimming around in my room? Like,
why was I chased by Frankenstein washer machine robots?
Like, that seems really fucking specific.
It was one of the most traumatizing in my life, and I don't know why. But I was being chased through a supermarket, like IKEA style store, just huge fucking store, by literally washer machines that had ductwork as arms and legs, and a fucked up Frankenstein head at the top. And like, for whatever reason, I've never been more scared in my life.
Oh yeah, I'd be terrified of something I can't explain either.
I was just like, what the fuck? Yeah, good time.
And it makes it so much worse because in your dreams you're like so heavily nerfed. Like it when you try to run, it's like you're running on a treadmill. When you try to punch something, it's like you're trying to swing underwater. Like
all the debuffs are active.
Literally. You loaded into a fucking
Grandmaster
Nightmare. Yeah, exactly. Literally. Oh man, we're all PTSD induced.
You fucking heavyweight grounded. Fucking
grounded.
Extinguished, especially.
Enemies do more damage. Enemies are more aggressive.
You have an all white loadout, you know? Just so it can appear that you can fight, but you really can't.
Oh shit. Yeah, man. Fuck those dreams, dude.
Yeah, that just sucks. I don't think I've ever had a dream of that caliber, but I'm sure there's some that have been pretty wicked.
Well, let's hope you never do.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, the most recent dream I've literally had, I shit you not, is my bird being the size of Godzilla and me riding it with laser eyes. So, I mean, if you want to compare that to watching Frankenstein...
Yeah, I would need that explained.
I mean, I could explain that easily. That's reality. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Give it a few years.
Fucking Flippers over there is thinking of world domination.
He's been, dude. Bro's been hitting the gym.
I mean, I don't know what it does when I'm sleeping. Might very well might be.
You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night to like a fucking 40-pound bird. Just fucking standing at the edge of your bed, fucking massive. Like
tweet.
What would be your dream pet? Like, it could either be real or fake.
A duck.
Just a duck? Literally. Not even like a magical duck?
I like the zero thought.
A duck is magical. Okay, fuck you.
Listen, I think that's a dope ass pet. I mean, ducks
that is a dope ass
wicked.
pet. They're pretty high maintenance though.
They taste pretty good.
I don't give a shit. Huh? So am I.
What?
It'd be like that.
Oh, you want a pet chicken? Listen. I love chicken.
Duck soup, bro. Okay, listen. All right. Okay, fair. I'm sorry. Ducks are cool though. I wouldn't say that was something like a dog. You know, I'm not fucking.
Don't finish that. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted like a pet monkey. Specifically that monkey from Night of the... Why is that so funny, Adam? Huh? Why is that so funny?
There's no reason.
No, explain. Why is that so funny? That I want a pet monkey.
You still have time.
Dude, okay, I don't know why that was so funny. I just think
we all do. You're just playing stupid, alright? You know what I know.
plead insanity. Okay, I'm not. The forest fires have been rolling through Nova Scotia, and my sinuses are acting up, and I'm like
Just
brain's
thinking
not
of
getting
every
enough
excuse in
oxygen.
the fucking
no.
book not to be racist. But anyways, specifically,
Whoa.
the monkey from Night of the Museum. No, not Night of the Museum. Wait, right? Yeah, Night of the Museum.
Night
that
at the
monkey.
Museum. Night
That
at the
monkey.
Yeah.
Museum, whatever.
What I can't remember the. It was like flying monkey or something like that. I don't know.
What was a spider monkey?
Spider monkeys. Yes. Those are so fucking cool.
Oh,
I
they're
would
cute
say I
as
want a
fuck.
chimpanzee, but they can rip my face off. So.
They're
Yeah.
fucking
dude.
murderous. Yeah.
Chimpanzees, you look at them the wrong way and
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it would also be pretty gangster to have a pet chimpanzee, fucking dap him up and shit, you know? Like,
get him a fucking chain.
or have Bobo as a pet from Drake and Josh, that orangutan from the car dealership.
Oh no.
Yo, Bobo.
He would be a dude.
I want to be like you. Jungle Book it out. Sorry.
All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, Adam.
No. Like, you never watched you never heard of the Jungle Book?
No, I have. I just
Okay,
think it's
so,
interesting
there's
that
an
you chose
orangutan
that.
that sings that song, and we're talking about Bobo from Drake and Josh.
Okay. All right, I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide.
All right.
Just this once.
What about you, Adam? What would you want?
What would
for,
I want? Oh, any pet in the
every
fucking world. Damn.
It can be both fictional or real.
Bruh. Fuck, man. Griffin.
A griffin, yeah, that would be
Mm.
fun.
Fly in,
I think
just,
they're huge.
Yeah, man. No, but if we're talking about in the real world, I think Shiba Inu. I think I'd
what?
fuck with it.
Bless you.
Shiba Inu, the little fucking Japanese dog. Fucking with the little curly tail, little fucking hyperactive motherfuckers.
You know, it's so funny that I walk dogs and I still don't know what the fuck that was.
Fucking.
I've probably seen it like a million times, but it's just like I don't think. Maybe we call it something else.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, I just know that dog is like fucking. I don't know. I don't know what it is about him. I'm just like I like the little fucker.
Yeah, you can't beat dogs, honestly.
I mean, it's
Dogs
Doge. I
are
mean,
just-
it's also Doge.
just
I guess the
great.
meme helps. But-
If I could have a fictional pet, 100%, I want Appa. I want Appa so bad.
Yo.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Sky bison, bro. Yeah, that's pretty.
Although I don't think I'd be able to afford to feed that fucker, but you know.
bro, just go on
Well,
other
I mean, if
people's
you could bring a
pastures.
fictional animal into the reality of things, I'm sure you could bring on other things with it too. You'd find a way.
Also, we're
Just
just
fly
taking
into
this
farm
hypothetical
fields.
to if you were just omnipotent, could just spawn anything.
Yeah. What I want.
Minecraft creative mode, easy.
If you,
I would probably bring the turtle ducks from that universe,
yeah,
or like the turtle birds. Those are really
So-
cute.
Building off omnipotency.
yeah. If y'all
Oh,
were
no.
God for a day, what would you do? If you were Bruce Almighty for one day.
Fucking.
That movie was fucking awesome. Oh,
Oh
my
my
god, I
God.
miss that movie so much.
Little Jim Carrey, man.
I love Jim Carrey.
I mean,
That
I
guy's
can't,
easily one of the best actors ever.
I can't say that if I had that power for a day, I wouldn't stray too far off of what Jim Carrey did in the movie. But
True. What I was going to build off of it, although that's also a really great fucking talking point, was lucid dreaming. Since we were also still talking about dreams and shit. Has anyone
jealous
had a
of
truly
people-
lucid dream?
no, I don't think I've ever lucid dreamed. But I'm jealous
I
of
guess
people that can
I'm gonna
consistently
be
do that.
I'm gonna be boring as shit, but literally the one with the bird and the laser eyes and the chaos and the
That was your
city
lucid
on
dream?
fire, that was my lucid dream. Yes.
That's.
I mean,
Wow,
I don't think
okay.
there's
I
any
kid you
aspect,
not.
conscious or not, where you could be in that
I
setting and
was
be like,
so
nah, this
aware
is
that
definitely
was
not
a
real.
dream. I just rolled with it. I was like, all right, I probably got like, I don't know, 5 minutes. That's usually how much the dream gives you when it's actually good and not terrifying. I'm just gonna
Oh
enjoy
yeah,
it.
dude.
I
that's
sat on the
bullshit.
bird and I was like, all right, well, there's the fucking Eiffel Tower. Be my guest. Goodbye. There's Trump Tower. Be my guest. Have fun. Whatever. You know, it was pretty fun.
That's
It was
awesome.
probably the best dream I think I've ever had in my entire life. It was very best for leaving, to say the least. And then I woke up and I look at the cage. I'm like, oh yeah, that bitch is a midget now.
Well,
Bam.
that's totally not slightly concerning that his stress are leaving, but well, you know.
Listen, Paris had it for too long. All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm genuinely trying to think of like what I would do if I had like the power of God for a day.
Yeah. What would you do if you could make what? We'll make it a little narrower. What would you do if you could do one omnipotent thing, one godlike thing?
I would restart the universe.
Whoa. Like
Hello?
back to the Stone Age? What?
Well, no, not like
Back
that.
to the
like
Big
I'd
Bang.
probably create like an alternate reality of like our existing universe, but like obviously make it not shitty.
So
For
a world
one.
peace. You just wish for world peace.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that would be simpler.
I'm
Then
gonna restart this
take-
bitch.
Take Earth, copy,
Rewind
paste,
time.
fix.
Disney
Yeah.
rewind.
And then you invest in like floating space tour buses. Like, this is how fucked we were
Oh,
before
yeah.
I came along.
Definitely. I mean,
fuck.
I guess that's like the boring choice, but like if I had to choose something like silly or devious, I would probably bring back the dinosaurs. Just to see how it'd go.
So you just want to watch the world burn, huh? Like,
Well, I mean, listen, I wanted the world to be at peace, but I mean, if we're on the polar opposite of the spectrum, then yeah, I mean, I think a fun way to take over the universe is have fucking dinosaurs. Are you gonna disagree with
Y'all
me?
aren't on the spectrum.
Maybe you have to meet the
How-
dinosaurs first, Chris.
how
Oh.
long do you think it would take humanity if we even? Well, yeah, we probably could. But how long do you think it would take humanity to, like, captivate all the dinosaurs if they were brought back just randomly to
I
the
don't
point
even
where
think we'd
humans
have-
are safe?
Yeah, I don't know if we would have time to do. I think the ecosystem would fucking collapse.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like,
Or we
A lot
would
of things
figure
would
out
get
some way to
eaten to extinction.
cohabitate with them or
I
some
guess
shit.
that would vary because if it's like modern day, I think we'd probably be able to kill the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah,
But it would
Oh, yeah.
it would be tough.
you'd
I
probably
definitely-
need a
there would be
tank for
certain
like a T-Rex.
civilizations that would probably fall. It also depends on how many dinosaurs there are. Of course.
True.
Like if
I-
there's hundreds of dinosaurs in every fucking state and country, then yeah, it might be a problem. Might be another few million Godzilla movies. Who knows? But
I mean, I would love to see
Yeah,
a
it'd
fucking
be
a
fun.
mammoth IRL. Like those
Bro,
fucking
I would just love to
huge-
be near the fucking dreadnought, fucking gigantic, fucking long neck fucking motherfucker.
What, do you want to see oryx or some shit?
No, I think they literally call that dinosaur was called the dreadnought or some shit.
So oryx.
trust me, I call it
yes.
a destiny as well. It's fine. I gotta be honest. My mind is not quite well when it comes to that game these days. That game ruined so much for me. God damn it.
So
What would I do if I had one omnipotent deed?
yes.
Actually, I go back on my deed. I would probably just make it so I didn't play D2.
Real. Give me that time back.
I would have given Destiny 1 DLC. That's what I would have done. Saved us all the pain.
Save the community.
Make Bungie great again.
I
I'd have
mean,
to go back to Halo for that one.
I kind of want to have. I
Like,
kind of want to
Destiny 1
go.
was good, but it wasn't Reach good. You know,
Oh,
it wasn't Halo
no.
3 good, not Halo 2 good.
Nothing could ever really bring back that fucking the vibe that Reach brought.
Ugh, that was just, it was a game for everybody, you know? Like, it was
Yeah.
a great story for, like, the PvE people. Custom games was at its peak, and matchmaking was, I wouldn't say as balanced as it's ever been, but it was definitely the most competitive it had ever been.
Oh hell yeah.
SWAT was awesome. Like, SWAT was one of my favorite PvP experiences in a while.
SWAT was goaded.
Well, so omnipotent
SWAT.
power, Chris.
Yeah, Chris, I got a nod.
I mean, I feel like I would. I feel like I would probably go for like the generic choice of just having like an infinite supply of money, so I can not have to work ever again. Fucking set up my parents and close friends and family for life, and just live my life, do whatever the fuck I want, you know.
Oh hell yeah.
But I could also see that probably crashing and burning. Be like, okay, I've done everything, I have
You
everything. What
oversaturate
do
the
I do
economy,
now?
Economy collapses.
I fix the world with my infinite sums of money.
I can
everyone's
see
a
you doing that.
everyone's a billionaire now. Everyone's a trillionaire. Fuck it. Oh my god, how much chaos would the world be in if everyone was like stupid rich?
Oh, it's like in I think what was it, that one country that had the fucking $1 billion like notes, where people that were millionaires ended up being poorer than dirt and couldn't even afford fucking eggs because their currency just fucking crashed.
Oh
It'd be
yeah,
kinda like that, I
it
guess.
would cause the
Yeah.
the value of money to skyrocket, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like it would just be like a carton of eggs costs $1 trillion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want this bag of Lay's chips containing 65% air? Yeah, cough up everything you own.
Like you're gonna have to take out another mortgage.
You see that Rolls Royce you have outside? I'll take that.
I thought that wasn't already expensive enough.
Oh god. What
Yeah,
omnipotent fucking
so
thing.
never mind. Just me having infinite money.
Just only me. Oh fuck, that's good though. I mean, I get that. That makes sense. Fucking
Moral of the
fun.
story: finance sucks.
Yeah. Money. Yes, money.
Money.
Imagine a world without money. To be fair, how different things would be.
How much better shit would probably be?
Yeah,
Well,
let's revert back to barter
I
and
think
trade.
there's like, money's a necessary evil, because while I definitely think that there's a lot of stuff in the world that should not have a price tag, food in particular, I don't think food should
Healthcare.
have a price tag. There's plenty of food. Healthcare, definitely. Like,
fuck you, Canada.
there are certain things like I can understand if someone had a unique idea, they would probably want some level of credit to it, and sometimes money is that credit.
Or yeah,
But
being responsible has to be rewarded somehow, I guess. I get that, yeah.
right, but I feel like maybe if we didn't have finance, there would be an alternative. We
I
just
think
will never know.
I think a
because we
merit
don't live
yeah,
here.
I would say a merit system based on your contributions to society as a whole.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
And then like you get whatever you need. Everyone gets whatever they need, base resources, everything. Fucking shelter, blah blah blah. And then the more you contribute to society, the more you help better society, you get slightly better like, shit. And you're like, "Oh, cool, I get some extra luxurious options." But then we're going into
Yeah.
like utopia fucking ideals, but like it'd be cool though. I'd be down with that kind of society.
Yeah, I hate the idea that people are judged by how much money they have and not their
Oh,
skill
yeah,
or
dude.
talent or anything. Like,
Instagram.
you know, you could be the smartest person on the planet, but unfortunately you had a really rough falling out where your
Yeah.
fucking house was burned down or something like that, and
Yeah.
nobody wants to hire you because you never finished college, because you didn't have the money to finish college, and not because you didn't have the IQ to finish college, and it's just like, oh well, rip.
Oh well, get fucked. GG's reroll.
IRL microtransactions. Lol.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't buy the
GG's go
PRA,
next.
You can't continue.
IRL paywall. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, sucks.
You want to reach 50? Buy
Oh,
this
man.
DLC.
You gotta increase the level cap through microtransactions.
No
Increase the
healthcare.
level.
You died.
Oh, your card declined during a life-saving surgery? Take a bullet to the head.
Why you gotta die like that? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just straight up
That's so
assassination.
grim. Yeah,
I
that's so
miss those
grim.
memes. Though. I thought those memes were so funny, like the
Oh,
card decline
dude.
memes around.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah. I think well, it's because it was a meme that was fucking relatable.
Mhm.
True.
Fair. I think everybody's been there. We've had that happen recently. I think it was literally like last year. I think I went to a Spencer's at my local mall, and that happened. That shit sucked.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
Wait.
Fuck you. I'm gonna unmack your cheese now.
Oh, card decline. Where they eat the food, just fucking reaches in. Grabs the semi-digested steak. Mind.
It's like that one episode of SpongeBob where like Mr. Krabs is like being all like giving and whatnot, but then he wakes
Oh,
up
yeah,
and he starts being greedy again, and he's like, he takes that guy with the who's watching TV and he just presses the button and like all the cartoons just go back into the TV.
It leaks out of his mind. He forgets it all. Oh, bro,
It's one of
if
my favorite
EA
things
had
on
the
the
ability to do that, I think they'd do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wait, you paid for this with your mommy's credit card? Give it back.
Yoink.
Yeah, no. Fucking shit. One omnipotent thing. Probably cure
We're
cancer.
still there. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, of course, definitely. I just cure any type of like crazy thing. Cure cancer, cure
Cure
COVID.
all illness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where we were. I apologize. Like, I had a thought and it left, and then the only thought that remained was the omnipotent thing.
How do you think
We
this
went
is-
from lucid dreaming to pets to this.
Yeah, Amanda, I tried to tell you. Like,
This is open
we're
accessible. This is
everywhere.
A lot of bouncing around. That's what I'm all for it.
Did I lie to you though? Like,
You did say there was gonna be food, and there's none to be seen. So yes,
well,
I mean, hello.
I'm the only snack here, man. Like, come on, what's going on?
I don't know.
Hey, yo.
Adam is right there, so.
Fuck.
I'm an into guys. I'm sorry.
Shit,
That doesn't
shit,
count.
I am.
Oh,
Shit. Well,
Gonna be
step
awful.
aside.
Mo for me.
See, I don't know how I feel about that.
I am uncomfortable.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
I signed up for the food, and it's not here. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm still on about that.
I've been fucking lied to.
Chris is literally the principal.
Apparently, we
definition
were
of
supposed to be
snack.
getting paid for this.
So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Open Absurdity.
You can't hide what's inside, bud.
Oh, man.
Be sure to fucking like and subscribe and fucking comment and shit if you like the video. And if you're on Spotify, download us. Why am I talking like this? If you're on Spotify, download us on Spotify, please. If you do, you're handsome, you're sexy, beautiful, you're amazing.
And if you don't, what can we do? Please.
Yeah,
tell
we
us.
can't fucking stop you if you don't want to. I mean, if you don't want to, if you
I
thought
fucking
this was,
don't.
if you thought this was a dog shit episode, fuck you personally. I mean, I don't know.
Fucking, you're lame.
You're stupid. But thank
You
you,
won't reach
Amanda,
30.
for joining us this. Huh?
Whoa! Holy shit!
I won't reach 30.
Anyway,
God damn. I mean, I guess. All right.
Okay, well, thank you
Yeah,
for
that's-
coming on to this episode, Amanda. This is interesting.
You have been an amazing guest. We hope you enjoyed your time here. And are
Yeah,
there
that's
any
fun.
things you'd like to shout out to the masses?
don't be a dick and make ducks legal to own in America. Thank you.
They were illegal to own?
We need to get this woman into Congress immediately. She needs to be in the Supreme Court.
We've had enough of these senile old men. Time for a change.
But no, it's been a blast. I appreciate you guys having me. I've had a good time.
Oh, yeah.
I'll come around more often, for sure.
Do you have
Hell
a
yeah,
quote
brother.
Do you have a quote to seal it off? Quote of the day?
Let's see if I have one.
I mean, I guess it's cliche, but to want to others how you
Oh, you have a quote.
should be treated. A lot of people kind of forget about that.
You're
I
going to
mean,
repeat that because you cut
It's
out.
true.
Yeah.
Listen, that is the quote. There you go. Boom.
You got to repeat it because you cut out.
They don't have to know.
Oh,
Treat
okay.
others the way
Well,
you
I'm-
wish to be treated.
Oh, so apparently Adam is in my universe, but not Chris, because he can hear what I said.
I heard
Chris
treat
really-
others.
You're lacking.
I knew what you meant,
Bro,
but all I heard
those
was treat others.
Damn C name.
Whatever, bro. Fuck you. Fuck this shit. I'm gone. Fucking bye.